The universe of Shrek, a place where fairy tales gain new life, challenging everything we know about heroes, villains, and happy endings. In this world full of twists and turns, even the most gallant of princes can hide dark secrets. And no one exemplifies this better than Prince Charming, introduced in Shrek 2. At first glance, he appears to be the perfect stereotype. Blonde, handsome, and exuding a confidence typical of classic fairy tale heroes. But, as with everything in Shrek, appearances can be deceiving. Charming isn't just a prince who failed to win Princess Fiona, he is a character shrouded in mystery, with the biggest question being, who is his father? We know that Fairy Godmother, one of the most powerful characters in the franchise, is his mother. Yet, we never hear about his father. Could he be an absent figure, deliberately omitted from the story, or something even more intriguing? This absence has sparked several theories. Charming could be a magical creation, a product of Fairy Godmother's powers, or perhaps the son of a dethroned former king. Imagine a world where people themselves can be crafted like works of art, perfect in every detail. In Shrek's universe, this idea isn't far from reality, especially considering Fairy Godmother's powers. From the moment she appears, her ability to manipulate lives through magic is evident. What if she used these powers to create Prince Charming? The theory that Charming is a magical creation isn't just fascinating, it's also highly plausible. Think about Fairy Godmother's potions. They can transform appearances, alter destinies, and even change the course of an entire life. With such an extensive arsenal of spells, creating the perfect prince doesn't seem far-fetched. In this context, Charming wouldn't be a regular human being. He might be something akin to a living doll, designed to embody everything expected of a royal heir: beauty, charisma, and an aura of perfection. But like any artificial creation, he would lack something essential: a genuine personality. This explains why Charming is so obsessed with his appearance and status, yet emotionally hollow. He acts as if following a script written by his mother, incapable of questioning his choices or desires. The relationship between Charming and Fairy Godmother further supports this theory. It's not merely the typical dynamic of a controlling mother and an obedient son. It's as if he is an extension of her plans, created solely to fulfill a specific purpose: marry Fiona and secure power. His dependence on his mother is almost symbiotic, raising an unsettling question. Does Charming even have free will, or was he magically conditioned to obey without question? Now, imagine a completely different yet equally intriguing scenario. What if Prince Charming is not a magical creation, but rather the result of a dark and forgotten past of the kingdom of far, far away? This theory suggests that Charming is actually the illegitimate child of an old king, perhaps even the rightful heir to the throne. To understand this possibility, we need to examine what we know about the kingdom's past. King Harold, Fiona's father, was originally a frog transformed into a human by Fairy Godmother. But who ruled before him? Did Harold ascend to the throne legitimately, or did he usurp the position from a previous monarch? The theory goes as follows. Before Harold, a legitimate king ruled the kingdom. This king may have had an affair with Fairy Godmother, resulting in Charming's birth. This would explain Fairy Godmother's obsession with placing her son on the throne. Not simply ambition or lust for power, but an attempt to rectify what she sees as a historical injustice: Charming's exclusion from the rightful line of succession. Consider Fairy Godmother's behavior throughout the movies. Her determination to have Charming marry Fiona and claim the throne goes beyond securing privileges. It's almost personal, as if she's fighting to restore her son's legacy. This deep emotional connection might reflect her bond with the former king. Additionally, Charming fits the mold of what one would expect from a prince of royal lineage. He's handsome, charismatic, and exhibits aristocratic behavior, even if superficially. It's as if he was raised with the expectation of ruling, despite lacking the throne that would justify this posture. If he truly were the son of a legitimate king, it would explain his vanity and his relentless quest for approval and recognition. This theory also adds layers to Harold's relationship with Fairy Godmother. What if Harold wasn't just a reluctant ally, but a usurper who took the throne thanks to her magic? In that case, Fairy Godmother's obsession could be seen as a form of revenge. Placing Charming on the throne wouldn't just be ambition, it would be restoring what she believes is her son's rightful claim. After exploring these two fascinating theories, one thing is clear: Prince Charming is much more than a caricature villain with flawless hair. He's central to a puzzle challenging our simplistic view of fairy tales. Whether as Fairy Godmother's magical creation or as an illegitimate son of a forgotten king, Charming carries an invisible weight, the burden of a destiny he never chose. If he was shaped by his mother's magic, he is a prisoner of his existence, created solely to serve her ambitious goals. Without free will or personal dreams, Charming is profoundly tragic, perhaps even deserving of empathy. After all, who is he beyond a reflection of Fairy Godmother's desires? On the other hand, if he is the legitimate heir to a stolen throne, his story gains epic and political overtones. Here, Fairy Godmother's obsession becomes an attempt to correct a historical wrong, portraying her as a mother desperately fighting for her son's future. In this scenario, Charming isn't merely a hollow narcissist, but a prince forged by the tragedy of a stolen legacy. Both theories make us reflect on broader themes within Shrek's universe. To what extent do characters control their destinies? Are Charming, Fiona, and even Harold merely pawns in a larger game, manipulated by forces such as Fairy Godmother's magic? In the end, Charming's memorable nature stems from his duality. He can be viewed both as a selfish villain and as a victim of a powerful mother and a monarchy full of secrets. This complexity deepens the Shrek universe, challenging us to look beyond appearances and question hidden motivations. Now, it's your turn to decide. Is Prince Charming just another spoiled narcissist, or does he deserve our sympathy as a victim of circumstances? Share your opinion. Which theory do you find most compelling? Or perhaps there's a third possibility we haven't yet explored.